Those flowers look kind of dead now, don't they? Sorry. Hey guys, and welcome to this vlog where I do a fair bit of paper decluttering. Now if you remember, I decluttered this back work surface here, and I love the fact that I don't have to spend time setting that up anymore in order to sit down and record a vlog. But what really needs tackling now, much like my bathroom actually, where on the surface everything looks good, but inside the storage and inside cupboards really needs addressing. So let me show you the place that I want to tackle today. Okay, so we're basically looking in here. So as you can see, I've got essentially lots of paper crap here, and then this has become my Amazon drawer, I suppose. So the first step, as always, is just to get everything out. This is what was in that cupboard there. It's now completely empty, which is great, and really dusty. Give that a clean later. So now I just need to go through it all and decide what needs to be kept and what needs to be gotten rid of. As with all the times that I declutter, I often find some really interesting items that spark off memories and make me laugh or smile or even cry, and I'm going to show you two things that I found. So the first thing is this, which is a handout from a filmmaking workshop by a company called Raindance. If you're interested in filmmaking, by the way, and you're based in the UK, then check out Raindance. They are fantastic and their courses are great. But this handout essentially goes through basics like what's the aperture of a camera, what's the dynamic range. It goes through some lighting options, and it has some examples of lights that you can use on films. This is all the stuff that I feel like is second nature to me now. But at the time I remember feeling really overwhelmed with all this technical information about camera gear and stuff. And finding this has been really cool because it's kind of a marker of the progress that I've made over the years. Now the second thing made me laugh immediately. It's this. This is a 2013 Guardian newspaper featuring the first time that Andy Murray won Wimbledon. I was rooting for him so hard, and when he finally won that final, I cried. That was a good find. Okay, so these are my discard piles. There's letters for previous tenants who lived at my address and don't live here anymore, Amazon boxes that I need to dispose of, recycling, bin, rehoming these folders and files that I don't need anymore, and this is for the shredder. Now there you've just seen all of the different categories in my overall discard pile, and in that I've counted 84 items. That includes individual pieces of paper and notebooks and folders, and as I mentioned, I'm going to dispose of them in different ways. Oh wait, I totally forgot to count the two things that I showed you, which I'm getting rid of. So I'm going to count this newspaper as one thing and this handout as one thing as well, so that brings my total up to 86. So now what I need to do is go through the stuff that I'm keeping, see if I really do want to keep them, and find a new home for them, because I have plans for that cupboard and that requires it to stay empty. If you remember from my magazines declutter vlog, up here was where I kept the magazines that I was keeping, and these two shelves were empty. In the time between that vlog and this one, I've obviously filled these two shelves up with folders that I've essentially moved from the cupboard that I'm decluttering today. And I know it doesn't look the best, and it does need a going over, because I'm pretty sure that there's paperwork in there that I can get rid of. But you know, this really does kind of prove to me that a lot of this is just a journey. For me, it's not a case of I declutter once and I never have to do it again. I'm sort of moving stuff around from one place to another, finding a better home for every item. And in that process, I'm minimising and reducing the number of items that I have in that category. For me, decluttering and minimalism really is a process that has several stages to it. And you know, that's okay. I am still really, really enjoying it. I still do get that sense of, that was great once I finished. So let's get to that point now. I've also decided to get rid of a few more things, so the contents of these folders and these bits of paper are also gonna go. So from that pile I counted 125 pieces of paper and a few folders in there. And yeah, for some things I counted individual pieces of paper, and for some things I counted them as one booklet or wad of paper. I was flexible with my counting, but also I really wanted to celebrate the fact that I was getting rid of these pieces of paper because they've been sat in those cupboards for a few years and I just haven't looked at them. So the fact that I'm getting rid of them now feels amazing and feels well overdue. Okay, this was my grand plan, essentially to have the bottom shelf here for some of my kit bags, and then this top shelf here for easy access to my cameras. So I have my photography cameras here, my 70D that I use for some vlogging, and some old cameras in cases here, and this I absolutely love because look! It features YouTube capture mode. This is such an old camera, but I just love the fact that this is a feature. So yeah, that's what I've wanted this cupboard for. And to explain a bit more, those kit bags were just on my floor, behind this work surface actually. Even some of the cameras I've just had in odd places because they didn't fit in my kit locker. And now they all have a home, and that feels really, really good. The best thing about it is that I now have really easy access to all my cameras. So particularly with something like VEDA, I can just go there, grab the camera that I want and start filming. What seems to be coming out of all of my decluttering and my minimizing is that I'm just gaining more time because I'm spending less time looking for things or reaching over other things and then making a mess and having to put it all back in. A lot of the items in my flat now are super easy to get to and I know where they are. And I can tell you that as an ex-hoarder, that was definitely not my life before. So anyway, I hope this video has been interesting. Leave any comments you have down below. Give us a thumbs up if you like this video, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow in a new vlog.